Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to your channel, SideScrape here. Today we're going to be doing a review on this little glorious tank, the British Tier 7 anti-tank. It's the AT7. Now, it seems to be a love-hate tank for a lot of people. At first I really hated it, because everybody just seemed to be able to penetrate it without even trying, but then I started to fall in love with it. It's the first tank I believe I got 9 kills in. I was like the last guy alive and I killed 5 on my own, and the last chap I killed was with my last shell. And the main reason that it's kind of awful is because this massive thing on top, and it's slow speed. But the best way to do, as we'll show later on, is if you can get to a building. So there'll be a building over here, this side of it, so there'll be a building going straight up, and the only thing that pops around the corner is this gun, then you're going to kick ass and you're going to be unbeatable, because there's large weak points. We'll discuss in a minute. Here and here are just monstrous. Overall, it's 1250 hit points, which is extremely good compared to other tier 7s at this level. Let's look at some what we're going to be comparing with later. The Jagd Panther. Look at his Top Gun. And we'll look at, say, the American non-turreted T-28. Worth her out though. Okay, so these are the guns that all three have got, which we'll look further into in Tank Inspector, which I've got the Top Gun on. So 120 caliber, 105, 83mm, 10 shots, 7 shots, 6 shots, 2.1 aim time, 1.7. 0.31 accuracy. So with anything British, the accuracy is phenomenal. The damage output isn't great, but it fires quite a lot of shots, as we'll go into later on with a compare. It turns at 20 degrees, so it's quite slow and lumbersome at turning. But the gun arc is quite good in this gun, so you don't have to move it that much. Hull armour is 203mm, but we'll check into that. That's not everywhere. That's certain parts. It's 203, other parts are 120. Its damage of its shells, 226 penetration, 258 and 42 for 230 damage overall. Not overly good. View range 334 as normal, 350. 350 with 334 at the moment. But I'd normally put like camo net, binoculars, and I have vents, improved ventilation on there. So it's not too bad with the fire rates and everything else. Engine power is 500 at 48 tons. The engine's not overly good, but we're looking at some things momentarily. The health wise is fantastic. It's a lot more than what you get for the tanks. So when you're looking at the T-28, for example, don't just tell me 1150 health, so it's got an additional 100. The German 850 and the rest are around 750 at tier 7, so the health is really good, and on paper the armour is fantastic, but as you'll see later on, it does become a bit clumsome and a bit troublesome. Let's look at Tank Inspector. So then, looking at the Tank Inspector right now, we can see from the vehicle looks pretty formidable. We come to the actual tank there. When you look at this weak spot here, 77mm for the machine gun port to here, so that's quite a large weak spot. Another weak spot at the top, 127mm, and that goes up to 106mm, and that's 97. So everything you see on top, all this is weak. This is weak. Lower plating, you sat across here, you're trying to go for lower plating. It's 150mm, but it's a very hard shot to get. The front of it here, this nice big slab you can see here is 203mm. Then you've got 167 penetration to try to get through here. But it depends on the angle though. If the guy is any intelligent, he'll be rocking this thing backwards and forwards if he can't hide this overall. 222mm, 205, so it's not that much. You just say, look at here, 203mm overall for all this area that's flashing right now. But it's not that much, is it, tier 7? Well, when you come up against tier 8s, higher 3 or anything higher, tier 9s, you're just going to get penned all day. So the only way you can keep this tank safe is by having all of this hidden. So all you got to do is go around the side of a building or hug a building, just have this little bad boy showing out there only, and then it's flipping an awesome tank. Looking from the side, 102. From the back, 84. And the top is literally nothing, as normal. Now if you try to side scrape with this tank, you try to angle your armour, side scrape, whatever, it's not going to do much, it's just no point. You need to be in a building, so make sure with this tank you plan your direction. You plan your target area and you make sure that you plan where you're going to go. That is your main thing. Never go just wandering on without a target to aim for. So you know you're on a map, you're aiming for a building on the map you know you can get to with this chugging little thing. Anyway, let's look at some of the camo values. Let's looking at the camo values then, guys. Just taking consideration, crew is 100% basic skill. It's got £20 a gun, because this does make a slight difference on them being seen. So you're in the middle of the open. Camo level and stationary is 17.2 on spot. If you get your camo skill up to 100, you get the camo net, you're up to 46. If you got vehicle camo, it adds an extra 4%, which isn't bad, so you have to think about it if you want to get it or not. If you're on you just got this tank brand new, so you got the crap gun, it's definitely worthwhile putting on for 7 days or for a month, just that thing. Okay. Nice and easy. Brother in arms, when you get that, doesn't do much. It gives you 0.7 difference, that's it. So not too bad at all. That's just in the open. If you get into bushes, light bushes, it increases to 60. 75 with 25%. 50% bush, it's over 100%, so you're decent. And if you've got a bush in front of you, you've got extremely good values of camo. 61% camo level after shot, 72% on the move. You're very, very slow and lumbering, so overall it's a pretty decent skill. Pretty decent camos. So as long as you make sure that you plan, as I said before, make sure you know where you're going to go. Use as much bushes as you can do. Make sure you're in a bush, and it's a bush that's more than 15 meters away, which you can tell because you can't see through it. Okay? Or if you're in just one bush, right? You sat in a bush. You spot an enemy, you move backwards until that bush becomes solid and you fire. And you keep on firing as fast as much. Best thing to do is track, kill shot, track, kill shot, track, kill shot, because you can fire fast enough to do that. Okay, guys? Let's look at a bit of a comparison. It won't be long now. So we're looking at the 87 against the Jagd Panther and the 25 AT. Apologies for saying T28 last time. I got that wrong. My apologies. So, all comparative with the tiering. Very similar price. Actually, no, it's slightly more expensive. Not much. The best HP at 1250 compared to 850 and 840. Signal range, the second best. Speed limit is nearly 3 times as slow as the rest of them. It has more crew members, 6 crew members instead of 5 and 4. Tonnage, all very similar. 203mm of armour compared to 80, which is sloped, and 88. The worst for engine power, which means it's the worst, 11.24. This is all looking at the top guns, top range. So everything's been modified fully to the top. 11.21 tons, horsepower to ton ratio, against 15 and 18, so it's the worst. And looking at the angle of climb, it's very all similar. View range 350, so it's second worst. Traverse arc 7.75, 7.75, so it's the worst one for the angle. Just when your gun wiggles from left to right. So this is the amount of hit points a shell takes from the enemy tank with a hit measured in HP. Penetration is the best penetration. Same with the APCR. Shell price is the cheapest by far, apart from the gold rounds. Travel time is phenomenal compared to the rest of the tanks. Tank destroyers. It's like only seen like a marginal by being 945 compared to 1020 or 805, but that is a marked difference in the shell travel time. So that's 2,378 HP a minute that you can do damage. So it's the highest from all of them. The problem is you've got to fire a lot more. So you're firing 10.34 rounds a minute. So your reload time is 5.8. So you've got to put yourself into harm's way a lot more than the enemy, than these other guys do. It's always a bit balanced, because when you've got a quick firing gun, you can just literally sit there, track, kill shot, track, kill shot, track, kill shot. but it means you've got to be in the open and you're taking more fire from them, while these guys will be firing less but do more damage, you know. So it's always like, I never know what to do with this one. Accuracy fantastic, aim time not the best, sorry. Elevation -5 and +8 against -18 and +14, so it's not the best, but the tank's so slow anyway, there's just no way you can really get into a position where you're pointing down. It's quite sluggish. 50 rounds hold, so it's not bad. It's 10 rounds more than the rest of them. You will use them up because of the sheer number of shells you can fire out. We've done the camo, so that doesn't make a difference. I suppose it does if you want to see these bad boys, but it's not a true figure. So 68.42 average battle performance for accuracy, but it's more or less similar to everything else. And I think we'll just leave it there for now. So this guy's got the highest damage dealt though. Win rate is the highest as well. That's not too bad at all. It's got the worst credit income. Anyway, let's look at some actual footage of the tank, shall we? So we're playing on highway for the first of 2 reviews. Both are fairly short, so it's not too bad. So it's 1251 damage is required, and I believe it's about 1950 to get like purple win 8 stats. Do you know when you get the win or loss, whichever, doesn't really make a difference. I was going to speed it up. I never really know what to do when we come to this map when I'm in a TD, because it's not the best of TDs to get. I've not got sloped armour out. It's a flat surface, so anybody, if I stick A6 for example, sorry A8, I'm just going to get splattered quite easily. Just going to move up, moving on up, moving on up. It is such a slow limit race at this speed, 20 kilometers an hour. 7 kilometers an hour more than the slowest Doom Turtle in game. So what have lost 2 guys already? They've lost 2. Come on boys. Come on boys. Let's get this game done. Look, so if I stop here, just right here. Now this is absolutely perfect for this tank. Stupid camera! There we go. Whatever, dude. So all that they can see is mostly my gun from around this corner. So if I was in this position, somebody was coming around me now, they'd probably be able to get a shot into the cupola, but you could see that it was slightly rounded, so you had a good chance of the shell going off to one side. By just engaging somebody frontally now, that's going to cause me a lot of problems. That's why I was trying to utilise the arm and the gun. If it's all the way on the right hand side rather than being in the middle, like with the 88, the gun slap bang in the middle, it was hard for me to be able to get me hull anywhere. 5.84 second reload. Oh, it's a bit dodgy going out here because it's going to show my entire hull to the enemy, and they'll just be able to put shot through after shot through after shot through. And it's jack all I can really do about it. First shot in 225 damage. I'll nearly be reloaded ready, but the guy was killed. Fiddlesticks! And now I was just taking a fire shot for no reason. Trying to get around this Lutchers to the right hand side. Come on, baby! Come on! No! And he's dead. And now I notice that everybody is dead back at base. And that's their entire force. No! So, just going to speed up a touch. Cat, there's nobody back at base, and all them guys decide to go Leroy. So, first target I'm coming up against is a E44, a T25, which is a premium tier 5 German medium tank. So, I'm doing another review on shortly. Originally, I said it was a bit of a bad tank, and gosh, what's the chap's name? Ripper, I think it was, who said to me that it's not such a bad tank. Didn't take into consideration a few other factors like the gun depression is extremely good. So I'm going to redo all of it and come back on again. Call them guys that went south. We're engaged by 3 people now and just getting absolutely nailed. Let's speed up a touch more. Oh, there's the A44. Hello! Miss. How the chuff could I miss? Second shot in, didn't miss. So, 232 damage done so far. Doesn't even register as a win 8 value so far. KB1 sat over there. Tier 5, it's pretty easy for it to get kill with the penetration values of 226. And when I said that, it freaking dinged. Hello! So it's 7-10 at the moment. I'm starting to lose. Clean shot. Bosh! Headshot. 2, 1. Fire! Track shot. What a sausage. And he was killed by the Tiger P. Thank you very much, Zero Zen. Appreciate it there. So there's just 3 of us left. FV3 or 4, decent player against, oh gosh, a lot of their team. 7 of their teams still left. So it's going to be a bit of a hard game. And I'm a bit annoyed in the chat, as you can see. Just asking if they all just let me one at a time, which they did. Oh, I don't mind them all pushing in one go, but you don't just go up a hill one at a time, do you? Just so they can all fire on you and kill you, then the next guy goes up like a silly wally. Now I'm just deciding just to see if we can make a last ditch and do as much damage as possible. I'm asking the Tiger P if he can cover one side, then I'm going to cover the other side. We'll see how it goes. So a little beastly tank, the TDSU 101 M1. 100 M1 even. Tiger P's a nice tank. It's got some really good solid frontal armour. Well, I think he has. When I'm trying to shoot the bugger, he has. Anybody else is shooting, not me though. They just seem to be able to just poke through it. Look at that guy there. His ass is just getting ripped out. I suppose you are getting hit by a Nashor and there's quite a lot of damage coming in. So just me and the Bert left. So I decide there's no point we just sit in the middle of the cap circle. Well, there's loads of people coming towards me. Let's see if I can shield myself behind this building. Look at that little bad boy. Looks a bit stupid, doesn't it, with that gun sticking outside. Try to get himself into a solid position here. T-34 is moving on the artillery. Come on, we need to kill him. Headshot. It's out of the playing fields. Missed. So we've got 3 tier 7s against me. First shot from the IS-7. Where did that land? Straight into the armor. So I think it was 130mm because it's sort of sloped. Bounced off. Unfortunately, it didn't go through the 203mm of armor. Unless you want to be right. Oh! What was he going for then, man? Me no get it, man. 7-second reload just slapped me in the side. Nicely. Bloody didn't go through as well. Got a pain in the ass, wasn't it? So I'm trying to fight, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are shining away, the eyes are to my left now. My word, this is big. Oh, wow. Nice shot there, dude. Must be using a crap gun because that didn't go through. I think it got absorbed by my tracks. 37 missed. You noticed I'm not keeping still while I'm reloading, I'm wiggling. Try to keep these shots down to a minimum. That's the best thing you can do in this tank. You fire, you wiggle. Because them weak spots that they can penetrate are extremely hard, as I'm showing you now, for them to get through. Oh my god, these donkeys! Got the chat. It's the main reason that they're ricocheting all these shots. It's haste from them, and also because I'm wiggling so much. Got my second kill there. Killed the weakest one just to remove the gun. Don't know why I ran me. It's stupid. What are they doing? Well, now I'm going to go for the other easy kill just to remove extra gun off the field. Come on, come on. Boom! Gone. Come on, baby. Come on, you can do it. Bert's now dead. It's just us. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. God, just couldn't do it. There's only 2 guys left, and that would have been a formidable end, wasn't it? But I did still manage to knock down quite a few of the guys. Got 1986 damage, so it's 2,435 win it as base level. Let's look at the stats because it's brief, shall we? I just thought it was a defeat. Well, it wasn't too bad, really. Didn't get too good in the stats. 37,090 credits. 1,132 experience points and doubles. I managed to get the second most damage. Now, don't forget these games I'm showing you. I want to show you some averaging games, and I'm not going to show you just the best games I've got. This is just like an everyday game that you get in this tank. 1986 damage. About 2,288 damage. 1509 due to my tracking and such. Still made 24,000 credits. 16 hits, 9 penetrations, 7 non-penetrations, 24 shots fired, 17 hit and 15. So the game wasn't too bad, was it, when you looked at it? Because right at the very end I managed to just keep wiggling and it caused them some problems and some guys were raging. Right, let's look at the next replay. So this time we're in Runeberg and it's in an okay position because we want to utilise the gun pointing to one side, so as long as we move up this line here or this line here, we'll be able to just hook the walls and just have my gun pointing out. But I'm not going to go over this point because I'll have my left hand side showing all over, so there'd be no point doing it. Now if using the reverse point, coming down this point, camping there, camping there, camping pointing down there, or camping there, that'll mean that you can just have your gun, you know, just around the corner but not have anything else showing, because as you saw before, when there's enough fire coming through you take a lot of hits, and you'll see what I'm trying to do here. Just all I'm doing with this video as well is just, last one was to highlight the wiggling, which paid off quite well even in open ground, and this one's going to show you the hold down position to see how we can get into it. It can cost you a wee bit sometimes to get into a hold down position, but it's always advantageous just to take that option. Now I can't really take this position because my gun will be on the left and right hand side and the rest of my hull will be popping out. I could try to camp there right in front of us by the telephone box, but it'd mean I've got to allow a lot of people to come down, so I'm going to try to get up to this position right in front of us just here, and this is going to cost me because I'm so slow. I'm only going 20 kilometers an hour. There's normally quite a few people who'll come straight down here, or you can see the T-64 there. They can shoot down this avenue, so I'm taking a bit of a risk here. Clip a freaking boulder of some sort, and bloody well hurts. T-64's moved on, thankfully. I've come into this position. First hit, all I could see was me tracks and my gun, but I've gone over a bit too far. We'll show you in a minute. I find the SU-152, nothing to my left, nothing to my right. The bishops, the artillery is just taking some pot shots. Absolutely nothing I can do about it. Even if it kills me by sitting in this position, it's extremely good because it's going to stop this entire push down here for them guys coming down. Now the SU-152 put a shot straight through me from there. I had not gone and got to the wall close enough. So now I'm just going to reposition now, look. I'm going to smack myself in the face in a minute. The only thing that's popping out around that corner now is my gun. They cannot see any weak spot whatsoever to be able to penetrate. So let's see how it changes now, shall we? No one can do about artillery. 2 shots fired at me from the AT-7 SU-152. Nothing went through. Second shot from SU-152. Nothing's gone through. I'm able to put fire out. If it weren't for that bishop, it'd be causing a lot of problems. Because of this, that's going to free up a lot of my team. Let's pause it here. To be able to not bother popping up here, but just to go straight down there. The tiger that was taking up that position is now able to move to the left, and that gives us more bodies in the field just because I've been able to get into a hold down position here. So the 2 guys in front have been hit. Now the Hummel's going for me. Bishop again. Second time driver's died. 1146 damage done. Corner held nicely. Don't know why he did that. I should have gone for the track shot as well. If I tracked him, I could have kept him there, but I didn't. Now I'm just trying to move away because this artillery is really beginning to piss me off. No, this is what really annoys me about this game. The artillery at times is just so crap. I just wish there wasn't that satellite view. So there was some other way that was doing artillery, which was more by blind fire, or they'd only be able to see certain parts. Then they knew he'd been spotted. Look at the shells just coming in over and over again. I managed to hold this corner, which allowed my guys on the left hand side, because there was 4 tanks instead of probably 2, which would have been there before, just to push up as fast or slow as they wanted to. Now you could easily say that I didn't do that much with the game, but I believe that because I was able to get to that position first and get down and snuggle down into that corner, I was able to hold that entire middle, stop the push, get them to go back, and allowed my guys to be freed up to go around, flank and kill them, which just resulted in us more or less of a win of the game. We've lost 1, they've lost 8. Do you agree? So situationally, this tank is pretty formidable. You saw there was a couple of shots that went through first, one from mission 152 on the AT7. That's really because I wasn't in a good position. My T29 just stopped. I'm just typing though rather than moving. Like, what a dick. This just goes and stops 2 freaking tanks because he's gone apart like such a penis. And I'm raging in chat. Sorry lads. That was a track shot, it wasn't a kill shot. Shouldn't have done it though. I was just so furious. This tank's such a slow tank. When you get some Doylem who just goes and freaking stops in front of you, that's just like the worst thing in the world. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm not going to remove it from the footage because I made mistakes. This point I was getting quite a lot of lag. I'm not sure what was wrong with it, and the server actually went down. There's only EU2 available to play. I'm just going to speed this a little bit up now. So 1661 win 8. Not a monumental game, but pretty static, standard. No real difference. All good. Let's look at the end of game statistics. So 34,215 credits, 2,424, second win for the day. Damage wise, we've got top 1683, limited 2041. Blocked by armor 810 shells, managed to track a few guys, so 515 damage done to my assistants. So all in all, the 87's a fairly decent tank. It's quite situational though. A lot of time if you're sat in the open, if you're on the desert, Alaloof or Gollygum drops that other one with the dunes and such because it's a desert. It's quite hard. It's quite a hard tank to play. It can be a pleasurable grind, but most of the time it's extremely hard. It all depends on your team. So you get some jackasses, and it all like there's not always a building for you to be able to get camped down in. So sometimes you maybe kill pretty fast and get hardly any damage in there. A lot of times you may get a fairly decent game, but it's a nice grind and a nice tank. Just make sure, as I showed before, you're in the open, wiggle as much as possible, get your shot off, wiggle again, and then when you can do, utilise a building. You've got to be careful when you try to go like, you know, with a dune or something else, a small rock. Your cupola will probably be stuck above it still because it's such a large cupola, so it can cause you a lot of problems. So try to plan, think ahead of where you're going to go before you go anywhere. So don't bother going to the right if there's only one little bit of cover and the rest of it's just open fields. If there's a load of cover on the left hand side, but it's going to be hard to fight, go there. You can actually do a lot of good for your team just by holding the side up so they can push round and do more damage. Like where I got tuck in the middle with a secondary view there. I knew it was a very risky manoeuvre, and I sat there and I was still getting hit by artillery, but I just thought, I'm here, I need to hold this flank, I need to hold this middle centre line push, stop them so my guys can go around, and it worked. So just think about that. It's pretty decent when you do it that way. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and I appreciate your thoughts and comments. It means a lot to me. I'm doing this for you guys. Anyway, take care and stay safe, and I'll see you out there.